Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we find ourselves on a new map whose name conjures up all manner of dirty sexual imagery and innuendo. So we'll try to keep it as professional as possible. I couldn't even get through that sentence as we sit down to watch the Viper playing as the Goths in yellow take on DauT, playing as the Persians in blue. Now while the players herd their herdables explore their immediate surroundings, which are pretty darn cool, and which we will look at in a second, and try to get their butts up to Castle Age because we are yet again in Empire Wars. Why don't we take a look at the Civ matchup that we are going to be watching today, as the Viper already planning a little something here in the northern side of the map. The Goths are a hands down an infantry civilization. Their barracks can be upgraded to pump out units more than 3 times faster than usual. All Goth infantry units become progressively cheaper as the game goes on, and all of their infantry come with a progressive attack bonus against buildings, which makes them pretty darn good at causing chaos and basically wreaking havoc, as the Goths are supposed to do in the late stages of the game. Are we about to have our first kill here? Did the Viper overstay his welcome? Nuh-uh, as he pulls away. Now the Goth barracks itself can be upgraded to train their unique unit, the Huskarl. This is a medium infantry unit that excels at locating and exterminating archers, since it not only comes with a big attack bonus against them, but super high levels of pierce armor. Economically, Goth hunters do carry more, they are stronger, and their hunt lasts a little bit longer, which is good because the Goths do need extra food to pump out the 10 extra units they get in Imperial Age, since they cap out at 210 population compared to the usual 200. And at the end of the day, the Spearman did bite the dust. Is it it's the fresh recruit. It is not the original Spearman, but he died so that this scout could run through the rear of DauT's base. And now the Viper is getting a good amount of vision. Speaking of the Persian base, man, oh man, are they an economic powerhouse with access to every single economic technology available in the game. In addition to starting the game with extra food and wood, their town centers and docks work progressively faster right from the very beginning of the game all the way to Imperial Age. And they can be a pain in the ass to raid because both their town centers and their docks, take a look at this, come with double the amount of hit points, and their castles can be upgraded to not only take less bonus damage, but also fire infantry and ram killing bullets instead of arrows. Oh, the Viper responds, gets a villager for a spearman, although maybe a villager for a spearman and a scout. Look at this battle of who will take the high ground. Shenanigans, always fun, but ultimately it's a Viper scout. Oh my goodness, I love Feudal Age Micro. I didn't like it right when I started the channel, but man, have I grown to love it. Now, using their economic power, the Persians do focus primarily, don't be fooled by this, they focus primarily on cavalry, since their Nightline units come with a small attack bonus against archers, and both of their unique units are actually cavalry units. The first is the War Elephant, the most powerful unit in the game with a strong attack, huge amount of hit points, and does trample damage. The second is the Savar, which replaces their Paladin and comes with an additional attack bonus against archers. Now, speaking of archers, the Persians can upgrade their crossbowmen, their archer line units, to become trash units that only cost 60 wood, or if you prefer to be a little bit more mobile on the map, well, with your ranged units, I should say, well, the Persians do get Parthian tactics and age earlier in the Castle Age compared to everyone else who gets it in Imperial. Those are the two civilizations we've got before us as DauT hides among, I believe, what are these, dragons? Yeah, these are dragon trees. Good time for us as the players, kind of, but not really, look for each other with a few bands of damaged units. A good time for us to look at the map that we're on. As I mentioned, a little bit of a pervy name. The developers, I'm sure, laughed at this one at Golden Stream. If you not sure why it's a pervy name, then I applaud your innocence. Let's take a look. Basically, this is a map where everyone starts with very few precious resources around their main area. Looks like 3 clumps of 4 or 3 gold. But look at the center, a lot of gold, a relic as well. Actually, how much gold is this in the center? 40,000 gold out of the map's total of 54,000. Okay, wait a second, that can't be right. Might be a bit more gold in here than I thought, or there might be actually a bit more gold outside than I thought. In any event, 8,400 seems to be the standard amount of stone on these newer maps, unless the developers add a lot more, of course. But this is going to be the part I want to see the most. The shallow waters here, these dirty, brackish waters. Why do I want to see this the most? Because I want to see demolition ships, and I want to see them explode on large amounts of units. And that should be a lot of fun. So our Persian already going up to crossbow, gets a second kill, evens up the kill count. I don't think that was the original. Actually, that might have been the original scout, even though it looks like he took a whole bunch of arrows before he died. Interestingly enough, if you're not familiar, spearman line units actually have a decent attack bonus against ships, which means that if we see a lot of pikemen halberdiers out of our Goth, for example, well, then we'll get to see a lot of ships go down at their hands, or maybe not. This is exactly what I wanted to see, and the Viper is obliging 9 minutes into the game. Oh, but it dies. Now, the cool thing about this, if you haven't noticed, these mangrove trees, I think. Yeah, mangrove. Look at that. I'm always patting myself on the back whenever I correctly identify a tree. I don't know, small little accomplishments. But these mangroves, if you take a look, they make it so that the demo ships don't really have a very clear, direct line of attack to any specific units. They give, the developers gave infantry, cavalry, whatever land units are on these shallow portions of the river an opportunity to escape, unless of course your demo is here and your units are here, and then it's a straight line. But it looks like there's a lot of obstacles here for demo ships to engage directly into the units they want to blow up. Looks like a spearman has been taken down by the skirmishers, the elite skirmishers of the Goth, who now has a second and, by the way, a third town center, having hit castle. But our Persian putting on the aggression on the left side of the map means that he has taken control at the 10 or so minute mark of the game of Center Island here. Look at the secondary wall offs to the north. I love it. So GL.DauT here is going to have his gold income absolutely explode compared to the Vipers. But the Viper is in Castle Age, which means that his infantry are now 30% cheaper. That is a ridiculous discount. If we're lucky enough to see Imperial, that goes up to 35% cheaper. And I should point out, by the way, that Goths, not too sure why, but Goths are one of the few civilizations in the game that get Dramens. And so this Center Island may not necessarily be the safest in the world. We've got demolition ships now. So the Viper is very much interested in blowing some shit up here on the lake. And that just makes this entire map so dangerous. If you have vision of the crossings and you can respond, if you have your ships, for example, like the Viper does, let's actually take a look at the Viper's vision here, because it seems pretty damn good. He sees the lake to the north, he sees the lake to the south, but the river is leading into this Center Island. He doesn't really see very much. But if you can react in time, there's a potential here for some very fun, as Memb would say, bada booms. A university with a lot of villagers, so he's expecting this woodline to get lamed. So why the hell not pulls no fewer than 17 villagers off of it. As now the knight will get the skirmisher. And now our Persian is trying to bust in here. He's built a siege workshop with what inside a mangonel, about to become 2 mangonels. That is purely to zone out these skirmishers so that he can take care of the structures, or maybe he'll just use the mangonel to take care of the structures. And that is definitely one way that GL.DauT can avoid demolition ships, by sneaking 2 villagers across to his opponent's side of the river and plopping that infrastructure right here. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get to see any big booms unless... Actually, can the demo ship even take on a knight? 100... Yeah, sorry. I was thinking of demo raft, but no, a demo ship definitely with 110 bonus. Oh my goodness, 110 melee attack. Oh yeah, GL.DauT wants nothing to do with our Goth in the late game. He is definitely trying to get rid of the Viper here as fast as possible. 3 mangonels going up to a 4th. Knights as well. Now technically skirmishers do have archer armor, which means that these Persian knights archer +2 are going to be so deadly, in addition to hitting out of 10. Okay, I would love to see some attack upgrades out of GL.DauT, but for now he's going for quantity. 12 knights, not really repairing the town center, is the Viper, who is just using it to maneuver his skirmishers. Where will they pop out now? So he's doing his usual pop in, pop out. But I don't know that the I don't know that the Persian is going to give him an opportunity to do that for very much longer. Actually, now I don't mind the decision by our Persian to invest primarily in armor upgrades, since he's going to be fighting, in theory, underneath a lot of town centers. A 5th mangonel coming out for our Persian. The Viper is getting pressed in too hard. What's he doing? He's just expanding his fishing ship. fishing fleet, rather. And there are still 5 mangonels here. What's the Viper building? He's got 2 knights, a couple of pikemen. And that's basically it. Where the hell are the 2 monks? I don't know why it took me there in the middle of the action. I apologize as our Persian pushes it. No, no! It looks like he got a whole bunch of friendly fire damage. Oh, no. Oh, no. There's a mangonel on the left. It's already gotten 1. Good attack round out of doubt. Viper, in his rush to get 2 town centers up, has 0 stone and also 0 villagers on stone. Town center desperately being repaired. One of his is already down. He's replaced it with a town center here on the right side. Villagers not doing much, staring at the demos, wondering if they'll blow up on them instead. DauT still has 5 mangonels, and oh my god, is he pressing into this Gothic base. I mean, can the Viper be any cooler under pressure? He's training 1 mangonel and a few pikemen, and is continuing to train villagers out of this town center. Oh, he catches another one. DauT needs to realize that this structure right here is very dangerous, and so needs to place maybe a scout over here, or even an outpost, dare I say an outpost. Otherwise, the Viper so far has managed to get 3 mangonels, losing only 2 or 1 of his own. And now he's going to push this Persian army away. As good as the knights are against archers, they cannot take on this many pikemen. I am trying to get the pikemen. Of course, I click on the farms and then the tree stump. So how many pikemen do we have now? 16. Oh no, DauT's on the water. DauT's on the water. Why are you on the water? Why are you on the water? Okay, that was a little anticlimactic, but in comes another one. Okay. All right, 4 knights for 2 demos. Okay. I'll take it. Beggars can't be choosers, you know. And now there's a castle drop. By the way, has DauT secured his center island position? No. Why is he still here? Why is there a farm here? What is happening with our Persian? Why did he place a farm on that island? Looks like the mangonels. How much friendly fire do they have? 11 kills. 3 of that is friendly fire. So 25% of their kills are their own teammates, their own flesh and blood brothers in arms. But it looks like this castle. Oh, castle race. Persian castle goes up. Gothic castle not far behind. He is focusing the fire on the pikemen. Is our Persian, as the Goth focuses his fire on the mangonels, and now the mango count is down to 1. Are you training the ram out of here? Yes, you are. Another town center for our Goth, who replaces his OG with a mill. And now DauT is getting the hell out of here. Why are there not 50 villagers here in the center of the map? Right now there's going to be 24 gold miners is not terrible. One thing our Persian does have, which was introduced into the game recently, is a technology called citadels. This is a unique upgrade that does 2 things. Number 1, the castles do take 25% less bonus damage. So this battering ram that attacks on a 2, building 125, cut that by 25%. So basically 25 less damage to that building. And number 2, it then replaces the arrows that are being fired by this castle with bullets, which come with +3 attack bonus against rams. Rams with 180 pierce armor that these arrows do jack shit against, all of a sudden are very much at risk with the citadels. Now, citadels is an Imperial Age upgrade, not an expensive one, surprisingly, but an Imperial Age upgrade. And so neither player really banking any Imperial Age resources, to be honest, as the pikemen shoo away, and that's it. No more Goth attack? No more Persian attack? Okay. Has our Goth seen Center Island fun? Yes, he has. Are there still the 24 villagers? Now it's 25 and a farmer. Why is DauT leading these pikemen straight into his economy? You know you're not going to survive with that ram. Why did you lead them all the way here? Decent location for a castle. We'll get the fire ship as well. So what's happening to the north? He's running around with a couple of knights. To the south, his infrastructure has been abandoned, but the Viper's not clearing up. This is 35 housing space that he could clear up and very much, instead of a mining camp, cause a bit of a congestion in the Persians' ability to generate more units. But his rams go down. Fire ship tries desperately to get some of these villagers. No. What's he going to go after? What's he going to go after? The pikemen? No, go after the ship. What's the attack bonus of a pike against ship now, by the way? Plus 16. I think halberdiers, I don't think that's that much higher for halberdiers, if I'm not mistaken. Why do I want to say plus 17 or 19? Looks like 5 kills for the knights, 4 of them villagers. A few of them are lying dead here on the field of farming, not really battle. And out comes the Huskarl right as our Persian clicks up to Imperial Age. And now it's the Vipers. No. DauT, who did such an amazing job walling off his base, succumbed to the typical, almost impossible not to succumb to issue when you completely deforest your forests. And that is, it creates big gaps. I mean, you can see this, right? Okay, go after that villager ASAP. I'm surprised the Viper tried to get that barracks up. That is a very cheeky barracks. Pikemen now having met success, although these guys have 0 kills, so the veterans have already died. Having met 0 success, are pivoting to the south of the Persian base. But as your population grows, especially as DauT does have 132 villagers, it becomes impossible to micro all of your villagers. Hell, even 80 villagers are impossible to micro each individual one at these high elo levels and still expect to be able to fight militarily. This is a very optimistic tower for Goth. So what happens is this gaps become apparent as you mine out your forests. These ones will leave gaps as well. Pikemen are chasing villagers in the slowest massacre of all time. Knights are taking on Huskarls. Huskarl not exactly built to take on knights, but yeah, there you go. More pikemen are here. Ooh, I tried to click on the armor. What is the armor? +2. The Viper is still in Castle Age. He needs 200 more food and he'll be able to go up to Imperial. But by then, this house, this palisade, and this tower will be down. Good luck to you trying to take down a 3600 HP Persian dock. As the knights clear up the last of the incursion, and DauT is safe. Might want to get rid of this structure here as the one crossbow doing that. How many docks does the Viper have, by the way? Just the one. Interesting. Oh, where you go? I'm glad I zoomed out. Not the biggest fan of zooming out, but I'm glad I did. We'll keep an eye on these villagers. Oh, DauT suspects. He knows who he's playing against. He suspects that there's going to be some kind of cheeky little maneuver right back at him. Are we going to get to see Savars? Maybe not if he continues losing cavaliers to random bands of infantry. By the way, lots and lots of lemon bushes here. So Armenians and Georgians, take note of this map. There's a lot along the river. This is a very fertile river. And so there's a lot of fish, shore fish, all of them shore fish, okay. And a lot of berries. Army group north, villager group south. Monk doesn't know what the hell's going on. Goes straight into the castle. Oh, the boom didn't look like it got anything here. Okay, so cavalry against infantry. We've got ourselves shaping up to be a classic 1999 Age of Kings battle. A few Persian villagers do get caught out here, but they do have an escort. Not exactly the most powerful of escorts against these pikemen. How many villagers, by the way, on Center Island? Now there's an elephant. 33. There's 2 elephants. With their tramp stamp, not elite. Attack on a 15, 450 HP. Bloodlines makes it 470. That attack jumps up, I believe, to 20. Their HP to 620. No, not like this. I mean, the elephant's gonna give as good as it gets here, but oh no. I don't think it even killed a single pikeman. Okay, he runs away. So DauT is very comfortable in controlling the center of the map, believing that he can throw away war elephants. War elephants, like I said, in my opinion, the most powerful unit in the game. It's just not an opinion, it's just a fact. I think one-on-one beats any unit in the game. But it is a redonkulously expensive unit. 170 foods, 85 gold. By the way, there's yet another incursion to the rear of this base, and these Cavaliers want nothing to do with it. Whoa, hey guys, turn around. Oh, you sons of bitches. Oh, there's 2 HP left on this Huskarl. What an absolute disaster. What is happening? There's another okay, so they went south to deal with these Halberdiers. Are they going to pivot north to deal with the that one Huskarl who a second ago had 4 kills? Now he's got 5. Finally, the town center takes him out. Castle is under attack by what? By Imperial Age Goths. So instead of, I don't think the Goths get arson, if I'm not mistaken, which adds +2 versus buildings, but now they should have I think it's a +3 in addition to their usual +2. So it's better than arson, and it's free, and it's automatic, and there is a Drahman. So we'll keep an eye to the south, where Cavaliers are yet again being chased around by Halberdiers or pikeman line units. The range on the Drahman, if you're not familiar with this unit, is a massive 12. So it basically outranges all but a Crenellation's castle. And DauT still has no navy, by the way. He has gone full land. Oh no, what a poorly placed castle for the Viper, unless... Oh, I am a gold miner no more, says that villager. I mean, I say poorly placed because the Trebs can be safe here. But with the Drahman out, I don't know if the Trebs can be safe. Does it have attack bonus against siege? Yeah, a massive +2. Okay. Building 34. That's really the important one. But he loses it? Another Drahman. Castle is up. Chaos erupts here on Center Island. I mean, the Viper is definitely making do with an army of garbage, an army of trash. Halberdiers, not even fully upgraded. They've got forging. Armor-wise, they are fully upgrading. He's got to be careful with the Drahman. You can't keep inserting it into the firing radius of the castle, the Treb. And this is what I was talking about. You see, there's no real clear A to B direct line of attack for a lot of these parts of the river. And so the Cavalier had to go around and back and around and back. And finally, the Persian mixes in some hand cannoneers, which will give a +10 attack bonus against all of these Halberdiers. And there are only 2 Huskarls that come with an attack bonus against them, so they should be nice and safe. And the Viper is in the unenviable position of having to blow his entire bank of stone, not to build another castle, but to repair this one. This one, by the way, wow, less than 20% HP. But what the hell? This is such a ridiculous force of Halberdiers. 59 Halberdiers. I guess that's certainly one way to play the game when you don't control all the gold in the center. Looks like a bit of raiding from light cav here. So DauT's going to start being annoying Harris style with the light cav. And there is Citadels. Let's watch the chemtrails in action. I absolutely love. When was it done? Like 3 patches ago, 4 patches ago, they added the chemtrails for the gunpowder units. It is absolutely beautiful to watch, as is this battlefield full of dead bodies. Who's kidding who? That's why we watch this game. That's why we play this game. The dead bodies. 27 hand cannoneers. Where are the Savars? He's got 14 villagers on gold. Only 14 villagers on gold. 62 on food. So he's transitioning to some kind of Hussar play, is our Persian, who's now running to the north. He's running to the back of the base. This one light cavalry unit's about to get 6 villager kills. Oh my goodness, is this the first Treb that the Vipers managed to build? I guess he went full-on Drahman before this. Ooh, now the Treb comes under attack. The Drahman are providing support. What a situation here. That is a shiitake mushroom ton of Halberdiers moving forward. But look at that, the Persian base on the minimap, completely safe. It's now the Viper's turn to have to put out multiple fires at once as more and more light cav. I mean, I'm not too sure about streaming them right through a forest of halberds, but to each their own as more and more Drahmans pop out. There's 2 more in the production tab. Oh, he's moving around. He's trying to snipe the Trebs. The Trebs are trying to get them. This is like a bombard cannon on the water, taking out Trebs. And no more Trebs for our Persian. There is one more. Where is this one Treb? Oh, you're there. Hard to see behind the castle. Speaking of bombards on the water, here's another bombard. Looks like both of the Dramens are dead. The last and final one is out, although there is one more being trained. 28 kills on this band of cavalry units. Holy moly, did they get damage done. And this one bites the dust. But before you get too upset, look at the villager count. Look at the army count. It is topsy-turvy. One player has double the army count of the other. One player has 20, almost 30 villagers more than his opponent. And for the first time in 43 minutes, the Viper stakes his claim to Center Island, brings that snake flag, says this land belongs to the Gothic Empire. And I lay claim not only to that, but also to your base. But halberdiers versus hand cannoneers, we know who wins this, as much as these halberdiers are tinkling away at the hand cannoneers. Oh, actually, maybe numbers here for the, no, never mind. Look at the HP. And now this, oh, actually, look at this. So who wins here? Ah, of course, the hand cannoneer by the skin of his teeth. But house is down. Another halberdier up here. Another light cavalry band. Looks like they've been taken out here by the halberdiers. The Viper, his army supply is a lot higher, but none of it is here. Why is there a trade cart in the middle of all of this? Who are you trading with? There are no neutral markets. And why did you go to your market and accidentally click on the trade cart? So for all that his army supply is still double, more than double now of his opponent, he is still down 33 villagers, but none of his army is here because the Persian keeps sending small bands to die, and die they do. I'm not too sure he's accomplishing that much. I'm trying to avoid looking at the bottom right of the screen, the kill count. We're 45 minutes in. I'm trying to avoid looking at the villager kills and the total kills, just because this game has just been so chaotic. Where's the trade cart? Oh, he charges in. Death to the Persian Empire, he says, as he hawks his wares, trying to make a buck, trying to make a living. Oh my goodness. And look at that. 5 hand cannoneers are chasing him. This is amazing. I'm gonna try to keep that picture in picture to see what the hell happens to that trade card. But absolute bedlam erupting, and I assume that this is exactly what the developers wanted to happen on this map. They wanted a lot of fighting over this center island, a lot of navy, a lot of land units. Where are the demo ships? Blast Furnace, War Galley. Blast Furnace actually for both players. So one player is going to have fully roided out cavalry. One player is going to have fully roided out infantry. Our Persians at 200 population. The Viper is still at 165. Fireship is moving forward. Will it get any of these Dramens? Probably. The Dramen does have a minimum range of 3, which makes it very susceptible. And this is what I was talking about. Look at the fire galley. It has to move to the left of the mangroves. These guys move to the right of the mangroves. It's just such an amazing map. This might actually be my second favorite map after Shrubland. Oh no, oh no. Halberdiers. Actually, let's see if I was right about their attack bonus against ships. Was it 17 or 19? 17. So it doesn't really jump that much from pikeman to halberdier, from 16 to 17. Dramen rocks flung, Dramen rocks hit, hand cannoneers die. He's still alive. The Viper is pushing this back. DauT, who has had control of Center Island for more than half an hour, or basically about half an hour, is finding himself no longer being the sole caretaker of this national treasure, as units are streaming in from the right, units are streaming in from the left. Finally, some Persian docks, by the way. How many? Just the 2 against just the 1 of the Viper. So that shows you how much these players really care about investing in water. Preemptive attack rounds are fantastic out of the Dramens. F you to those fire ships. Chemistry is being researched for our Goth as well. How many villagers are here? 34, but not all of them are mining gold. 12 of them, so 22. Oh my god, he's not even able to close. There's so much in the way. Villagers, by the way, repairing the Dramens as well. Is this the same halberdier? Yeah, he took down the house. Now he's resting. Trade cart still here. What's attacking you? 2 rams. Oh no! And DauT doesn't have murder holes. Why doesn't he have murder holes? He's got citadels, but not murder holes. I'm gonna stop saying that word over and over and over. Sometimes I feel like Rain Man when I'm casting these games, and I just keep repeating the same thing over and over again. Murder holes, murder holes. Definitely a lot of murder holes, definitely murder holes. So, one's getting ring archer armor, one's almost done getting chemistry. Dramans are pivoting to the right side. 2 relics in here are now at risk, as are the 2 Trebs underneath the town center, which is, I'm assuming, exactly where the Dramans are going. Their balls are now flaming because they do have chemistry. Not an STD, definitely just chemistry. And I don't know who's taking Center Island here. Remember, the castle now comes with an attack bonus, infantry +3. And so the halberdier is not exactly safe at the moment. Oh no, the castle for the Persian is down. And now he's starting to work away at the farms. More Persian navy is falling to these halberdiers. I mean, the Goth has just out-trashed the Persian at every single avenue. I mean, I say trash, there's still Dramans here, and the castle is finally down. 53 minutes into the game, no more castle. Boom goes whatever the hell that was, probably a demo. Chase is on, the chase is on. The halberdiers are chasing the fire is chasing the Dramans running away. They can't fire on this fire ship. Is it gonna get? It might actually get a few. Oh no, Viper's pulling villagers to repair. Oh, he's trying to body block with villagers. The Viper's brought the whole kit and caboodle here. The entire village is up in arms. You will not invade our ancestral fishing waters, he says, as now a demo ship pops out. And there's heavy demo for the Persian. 20 seconds away. Okay, the cavalry are getting the Dramans. Remember, they can't fire back at the cavalry, but the halberdiers certainly can. And now the Persian base cracked open. The castle to the south has fallen, so he's gonna have to deal with these annoying halberdiers. I'm of 2 minds of halberdier rating. Number one, I shouldn't say number one. On the one hand, it is such a weak unit for rating. A 10 attack. Ugh, demo ship explodes. I think that was a demo that was here that exploded. On the one hand, there's such a weak unit to raid with. On the other hand, there's such an annoying unit to deal with when being raided, because you can't really send cavalry against them, because they'll just kill the cavalry. So what do? I guess you counter raid is the answer for our Persian, who sends even more. Now he's got 2 stables over here. So Center Island has fallen under Gothic dominion. Mangroves are being chopped down. Are there nowhere else to chop trees anymore? There's plenty of trees up here. And it looks like the raids are being stopped by the Goth. But annoying the players are being to one another. Is the trade card still alive? No, oh, that's so sour. I'm sad. I'm apologize I didn't get it. Ooh. Viper sees. Viper tries the gate. How the hell do these players micro 10,000 different arenas in the middle of all of this? In the middle of whatever the hell was happening here. In the middle of dealing with the cavalry raids. Oh, he had the vision to stake here and try to stop that demo ship. There's literally 20 things going on at once, and the ability of these players, first of all, holy shit, what a game. What an absolute epic game. I'm finally gonna look to the bottom right. Oh my god, our Goth, 220 some odd less kills, 225 fewer kills than the Persian, but 38 more villager kills. So DauT, even though he killed a lot more, I mean, he killed like a third more than the Viper did. And he lost he killed fewer villagers. So he lost more villagers. 600. So, so the Viper says, you know what? Take Center Island. I'll give it to you. I don't care how much gold is left, by the way, on the map. Still 24,000 gold, which is what most maps start with. This is after an hour of gameplay. That's what's left on this map, which is absolutely bonkers. But our Viper, our Goth, says, keep it. I'm just going to pump out halberdiers, 57 halberdiers. I'll throw in some Huskarls, just in case there's a castle or a town center anywhere, or hand cannoneers, perhaps. 24 kills. Wow. But I mean, I don't, at this point, this game was just absolutely bonkers. It was complete trash against the Persian, who in theory should have absolutely steamrolled the Goth. You've got one of the strongest civilization with some of the strongest hitting units and broadest tech tree in the game. Not the most perfect tech tree, but pretty darn broad, controlling for about half an hour the center gold. I'm really curious to see the economy and see how much gold was mined. 650 halberdiers, and then your opponent goes 250, 260 cavalry units against that. So is it any wonder these halberdiers, these glorified pikemen, took on that army and crushed it? 37 PKPM for DauT a little bit earlier in the game. Are we ready? What do we? How bad of a disparity in gold income do we think exists? Oh my god. First of all, holy moly. Relic gold identical. But look at the economies. That's like less than 5% apart. 12,000 more wood for our Goth. There's your halberdiers and all the infrastructure and dramens and shit. 4,000 more food for the Persian. There's your light cavalry. 23,000. That's 12,000 more gold for him. So there's your hand cannoneers and an extra 2 castles worth of stone for our Persian as well. Militarily, raisings, fantastic numbers. Conversions not really playing a role. But our Persian just unable. It looked for a second here that we were about to see a very short game when there were 5 mangonels here. But the Viper's popping out of a couple of mangonels here while DauT, I guess, wasn't really paying attention here or maybe microing somewhere else. Killed those 3 mangonels that he had. And then there was a castle war, which he lost. So the momentum was on his side. And then the Viper just started pumping out those Gothic units at 30% discount in Castle Age out of the barracks. I'm assuming there's no way he doesn't have perfusion. There is... Oh, goodness gracious. There... Am I in economy or military? There it is. Oh, just now he got perfusion. Right at the end of the game. So perfusion basically... I should explain what that is. I mean, here's Anarchy for the Viper, which allows him to train Huskarls out of the barracks, and then perfusion basically triples the work rate of the Gothic barracks. So at the end of the day, how many barracks does our Goth have? 14 barracks. So let me put this in perspective. 14 Gothic barracks. First of all, they started the game working 20% faster. Now with perfusion, 14 barracks work 220% faster. That's more than 3 times faster. So that's the equivalent of our Goth, basically, if my math is correct, and it might not be, because I might just be making all of this up. With perfusion, 14 Goth barracks are the same as 45 or 46 generic barracks. Isn't that insane? Imagine if you wanted to match the output ability of 14 Goth fully upgraded barracks, you would need 46 of your own. 14, 28, 42, and then another 20% of 14, which is, let's call it a 3. So 45 barracks you'd need on your side of the map if you wanted to match them toe-to-toe. Isn't that insane? Forget chivalry for the Franks. That gives them a 40% boost. Forget the Britons, whose archery ranges work 20% faster. This is just absolutely, when I say the Goths are about as single-minded as a civilization can get by living and dying with the barracks, I mean it. That is absolutely bonkers. And speaking of bonkers, this game, what could DauT have done differently? Could he have multi-pronged attacked a little more? Could he have shoved in with static offensive structures while keeping control of Center Island? Did he need more elephants? Did he need the vaunted Savars? He did go up to Cavalier. Perhaps he tried to bait out a little bit too much of a pikeman transition from our Goth, but to call it a transition is misleading. The Viper just had pikemen from the very beginning, and he did to the Persian what I think the Byzantines are the best at doing, which is just clogging up the works. The shitter's all clogged. There's nowhere the Persian can go. He can send in his cavalry here a little bit at a time, but there is just way too much Goth everywhere, literally everywhere. And so while his halberdiers deal with any incursions to the back, they are raiding here as well. they've busted through, because again, you can't really at the certain stage of the game, unless you make an active effort to wall off your side of the map, your settlement, you're just never going to have a walled off base. It's always going to be open. So yeah, you got to be comfortable. I watch streamers, for example, on Twitch who get really upset in the later stages of the game in Castle Age and Imperial when they start losing 7, 8, 10 villagers. And in my mind, I'm thinking, you know, it's kind of part of the game. You have to be comfortable with losing a third of your villager population, a quarter of it. And that is exactly, look how open this Persian base is now compared to how closed and defended and well off it was a little while ago. Now, the fall of this castle here was, I think, the straw that broke the camel's back, or I should say the straw that broke the Persian war elephant's back here, because it opened up the south. And with the south open, the raiding began in earnest, and 222 villager kills to 184. What an absolutely epic game. Let me know in the comments below what you think DauT could have done differently. Let me know if he stood a chance here against the never-ending 57 halberdier stream. And let's not forget the VIP on the water, the Draman, that this one has 21 kills, 8 of them economy. 8 of them are villagers, because I don't think the Persian built any fishing ships. Holy moly, what an absolute fun game. I'm glad we got to see this. I'm glad that it turned out to be an absolute epic game and it didn't end, what was it, 18 minutes, 20 minutes in with the Mangonel attack here. So kudos to DauT for taking the center as early as he did, pushing in as hard as he did. Kudos to the Viper for holding the attack, winning the castle war, and then pushing out incrementally, while at the same time not only stopping a crazy number of raids, but also raiding a crazy number of raids. And ultimately, even though he killed 200 and some odd fewer units, it is the Viper who is victorious in this absolutely bonkers game. But GG, in all honesty, to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.